Press those. Click on that. Do the thing. It's ironic, isn't it? Like the last live stream was like, we might not make it. We made it. She's back. But we almost didn't make it. It's not man flu. That's all I know, because otherwise I'll be dead. Okay? Technically, I'm at work right now. I'm sick at work. I didn't call in sick, chat. I turned up. Okay? But we've got supplies to keep us going, and more supplies. I've been told I've got to use this one first. And, oh, Winters, you look rough. I feel, thanks. Yeah, excuse me. We'll get through this together, okay? This is entertainment. We'll get through it together. I missed the bin. The kitty's not there. No kitty. Okay, no kitty. Hello, chat. Are we live? Is that on? See, the YouTube thing, like last week, it's all changed. And up there, it looks different now. And it keeps coming up with an error message, apparently. But as a medical... yeah. What? No. Listen. I'm fine. I feel fine. I could run a mile. It's just a little bit of cold. Not man flu. Do you know, by the way, the reason why no women have ever caught man flu? Because they die. It's death to them. Death. But us men, we can catch it and keep on going. Nearly die. Proper man flu. Near death. And then scrape ourselves back together again. But death to the fairer sex. For us, it's just a Tuesday. And right now, it's not man flu yet. I am live. I'm live. This is good. It's not man flu yet. It might be man flu because this morning it wasn't this bad. And it's got worse as the day has progressed. How's everyone in the chat? What is that? Fluff. Go for it painting. The Eternal Crusader. Jackerswood. Slim T. Hi. Welcome, chat. How are you feeling? You okay? Anyone else diseased up your neighbourhood? Anyone else? Is it just me? I am live. We said that. But you're okay. I'm okay. We're good. We're locked in. It's a bit messy in here today. Normally things are a bit more organised. But I'll not lie. After dinner, had a bit of a nap. Didn't feel any better for it, but I did have a bit of a nap. Having a little bit of a lie down after you've had some food it's one of those life's little luxuries. Painting Adeptus Auroritas for an escalation league. Nice. Starting to regret my life choices. Yeah, the sisters, lots of fiddly little things to do. Don't forget to do all the writing on every single one of those purity seals. Early bed for you, Winters. I'll be fine. October got off to a brilliant... Didn't October get off to a brilliant start, huh? Stuart's in the chat. What's up, bro? Lots of disease here. Feels like it's rained for 5 months and it's made everyone miserable and sniffy. It's raining in Hobbiton. All the hobbits are revolting. Right now I'm picking up some Deathwing Terminators before my Element Games supply arrives tomorrow. Nice. Hopefully, if you buy any products from Element Games, please use the link in the video description to Element Games. And don't forget to use code WIN13. You get extra crystals. I get extra crystals. Really helps out the channel. Hi, Adam Tan. Welcome to the chat. And then it's Empress Children. So you're going to do your Deathwing Terminators. WIN13. Yeah, that's the one. In the Element... When you go to Element Games. Use that. 5% off, essentially. That's what it comes down to, all the extra crystals. But yeah, Empress Children. My Empress Children. I love my Empress Children. Undefeated Empress Children. I think you'll find. The other thing I wanted to shout out is I was counting up the mugs that are out in the world because I put up the new calendar for next year. The other one had extended a bit too far and got a bit messy, so I put up next year's calendar now. January's already gone. We're already booking, which is nice. It's good. It makes me feel No, what? Because there are basically the whole thing. This whole thing. Here's some surprise news. This whole thing only keeps going because some lovely strange men that I meet off the internet decide to come around my house and play with me. And apparently you can meet some strange men off the internet and invite them round to your house and play with them too, and make a good living out of it. So that's what I do, and it reassures me when it starts filling up, because then we can keep doing this so long as you keep watching, and you do, and you love it, and I love it. We all love it. It's wonderful. Talking about loving something, did you see the Orc Battle Report on Sunday? October got off to a flying start. That one was banging. Sullivan Gilbert's coming again on Friday. We're going to do a Tyranid one. And I really enjoyed that one. That one was funny. I'm fine, Pawkins. I'm fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? 11th edition's shenanigans. June, July? That'll be May, won't it? May, June for 11th edition. Spoiler alert, Orcs won. Yeah, Orcs versus Orcs. Orcs won. With more Orcs coming on either side, not knowing which team the Orcs were joining when they came on either side. Crazy idea. That was Sullivan Gilbert's idea, and I think it worked really well. Shame I didn't get the big stompy thing. Adam, you're welcome anytime. If Orcs are in the 11th launch box, surely it has to be delayed to October. That'd be nice. If Games Workshop knew what they were doing, they probably would. But you got to remember that next year is going to be 40 years of 40k. Is it 40 years of 40k? When did it come out? Wasn't it 86? And yet next year is 2026. Yeah, it's 40 years of 40k next year. So I imagine big things will occur. Maybe connected with the King in Yellow, all sorts of stuff. Announced in April, out June, July. That's when it comes. Okay. That Sunday, Bat Rep was the orkiest orc-off of any orc ever orked. It was lovely. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I had no clue what was going on by about half hour into it. Sometimes you play orcs and sometimes orcs play you. And yeah, 40 years of 40k. So anyway, as I did the calendar, I was checking on the mugs. And I realised, shout out to the Mug Club, there's 65 of these bad boys in the world, which means we've got 4 more to go before we hit 69. So if we buy 4 more, chat, then I might take them off of the merch store forever, knowing that there's just 69 out there in the world. I feel like I've achieved something in my life. So hopefully you have coffee, you have tea, you have your Horlicks. I haven't had a Horlicks forever, man. Does anyone drink Horlicks? Did the police come? What, for the orc versus orc thing? You'd think with all the screaming that they would have turned up at some point, but don't worry, there's far more murders being committed across the town of Swindon. They're always busy. But anyway, 4 more mugs. And I'm seriously thinking about taking them off of the merch store. 69, dude. So Bill and Ted. Craven AMG. Just started Gaunt's Ghosts. Loving it so far. I'm back to work, by the way. Nice. Good to hear that you're back to work. That's good. Gaunt's Ghosts. Fantastic. It's one of those series which there's some people who did the first book and they're like, yeah, it's okay. It's one of those series that it gets better and better and better. Like the first book is okay. The second book is a bit better. The third book is incredible. It's one of the best renditions of a war in a hive city. Necropolis is just, it's really good. And then you go on to season 2, so to speak, the Saint lot. And it's Evening Sullivan Gilbert. We were just chatting about you. And yeah, it's banging. Gaunt's Ghosts, 10 out of 10 would bang. Yeah, just keep, if you have started it, or if you're thinking of starting it, or if you're one of those people that tickled it and thought, well, it's not for me, keep going. Because, you know, like most stuff just goes up and down the seasons, right? Gaunt's Ghost goes like that. And then by the end, it's off the chain. Off the chain. And Eternal Crusader's been listening to the Solar War. This is good. Let's run a test. Is anyone who is reading or listening to books right now? Warhammer books. Don't want to hear about the Gone with the Wind stuff. Is anyone reading or listening to Warhammer books right now? And what are they? What are the books that are on your radar right now? One. Yeah, I should have said, not just put a 1 in chat. I should have said, what are the books? I'm interested. What are the books? There you guys. Starting a guard army and wanted something to read. Yeah, man, Gaunt's Ghost will get you going. Because you can buy Gaunt's Ghost now. It took them like 30 years to actually get Gaunt's Ghost's models out there. But they got them out there in the end, didn't they? Dark Imperium. The Prancing Duck. That's okay. It's a good one. It's not a great one. The End and the Death again. Dude, The End and the Death is one that you can... It's got so many depths. You know, the thing I like about The End and the Death is fragments. And then he goes away for 2 or 3 pages and talks about something in the backfield. Something. Fragments. And then the story cracks on. And then fragments. And then those... When you go back and read it again, all those... Or listen to it again. All those little bits here or there. How the devil are you? I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, old bean. I'm hi, welcome to the chat. Not Vervik. We've been touched by Grandfather Nurgle. But I'll live. Horus Rising. Dude. James March says I have to get into heresy. You have to. If you're doing the Warhammer, why not do the whole of the Horus Heresy? Start at Horus Rising. Just start there. Years and years and years and years and years of entertainment to go. If you're a football fan, you wouldn't stop, would you? You wouldn't go, oh no, we've got another season of football, and then next year another season of football, and then the next year, oh no, and the heresy is a bit like that. It just doesn't stop. I read The Founding. Felt like Band of Brothers. The Founding's good. It is very Band of Brothers. I like that. Morven Val. Is that a book? Morven Val has a book. I don't know, I just work here. The more I read the Horus Heresy, the more I want DICE and Games Workshop to make a Horus Heresy Battlefield series. Imagine it. Oh yeah, I would love. Imagine Battlefield Horus Heresy. That would be amazing. I mean, Battlefield is out now. Battlefield is back, baby. And I didn't download it, and I haven't touched it yet. I know. But there's a couple of reasons why. One is, I was busy all over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2 is, picked her up from the airport yesterday. 3 is, I can play one game at a time, and I started grinding Space Marine 2 again a couple of weeks ago. So I'll grind that until the Space Marine 2 bug is gone, and then I'll jump into Battlefield. Hi, friendly neighborhood inquisitor. I'm taking this off. It's getting hot in here. Take off all our clothes. Hi, welcome to the chat. Lim T, still hoping for Total War. Look, we need a Battlefield Horus Heresy. A decent Horus Heresy game. I don't think there has been one. Mind you, when you think about decent Warhammer games on PC or on console, how many have there been? Decent Warhammer games on, I don't think I know my PC. Yeah, console. I Xbox. So if you have, so PCs, you need to be a member of the PC Master Race to run games these days. Or the Xbox. I hyped, then the stream froze. What? Friendly Neighbour Inquisitor, thank you for the 34 months. You absolute legend. I have missed the last couple of streams. Switched to third shift at work, so I'm normally asleep when you stream. How's it been going? It's been going great. Thanks for asking. It's been going great. Today, touched by Nurgle. But we will survive. Xbox is dying, apparently. Is it? Mine is fine. Mine's fine. It still plays games. That's all I want it to do. So long as it plays games, we're good. Space Hulk is kind of close. Sanctus Reaches. Look, that's a good question as well. Decent Warhammer computer games. So Dawn of War 1 and 2, 3 doesn't exist. Space Marine 1 and 2. I'm already scraping a barrel here. That Tau game, what was that Tau first-person shooter game they released way back in the day? That was pretty decent. I played that a couple of times over. I quite enjoyed that one. It's funny, like, by the end of that Tau one, though, because of scale, your Tau Fire Warrior was basically running around with a rail rifle. Most of the enemy were Terminators. You know how they scale it up towards the end. But it was a pretty decent game. Fire Warrior, yes. Sullivan Gilbert, third time. Hang in there. Like throw, click on, and maybe you'll be fine. Bolt Gun was a bit of fun. I need to do Bolt Gun, dude. Rogue Trader RPG. The reason why I need to do Bolt Gun is because one of the developers who worked on Bolt Gun, the game, is actually a member and keeps telling me to play it. And all the people who've played Bolt Gun has said it is really good fun. And it's like a Doom meets 40k. And who doesn't like Doom? So I really should see the I'll just play it and play it. It's one of the how much time will it take up? I'm looking forward to Battlefield after I've done Space Marine 2. Mechanicus is decent turn-based. I have actually watched quite a bit online of people playing Mechanicus, saying it was a decent game, Mechanicus video game. So yeah, lots of recommendations for Mechanicus. Dawn of War is great. But the mods that make it S tier, it's the mods that make it S tier. Yeah, see, Xbox player me, so I've never done any of the mod stuff. But back in the day, Dawn of War was on the laptop. Mechanicus 2 is out soon. So what we're saying is, basically, Fire Warrior, Space Marine 1 and 2, Bolt Gun, Space Marine and Mechanicus, and those are the only decent Warhammer video games that have ever existed. I can't think of any more. I mean, I remember playing the OG Space Hulk, like the top-down Space Hulk, on my PC back in the 90s at university, because it was one of the first video games released for Warhammer 40k, OG Space Hulk. And that was quite fun at the time, because it was probably the only game. I remember being incredibly excited about it, probably because it was the only video game for 40k ever at that time. Looking back, it was dog water, but at the time, it was amazing. Soulstorm for the win. Don't know that one. Fire Warrior was awful when I played it. Felt out of date even when it was new. I like first-person shooters, like story-based first-person shooters, like, you know, Bioshock or Dead Space isn't a first-person shooter, but I like, really, my favourite kind of games would be like the Bioshock, Dead Space kind of immersive, story-driven solo player experiences, Halo campaign, you know, that sort of thing. That I found absolutely banging. Where the hell are Assault Terminators? Who knows where the hell our Assault Terminators are? Epic Final Liberation was good. Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor is gifted a membership. Can we get some GGs in the chat from Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor? You would love the Resident Evil remakes then. I've heard a lot of good things about them too. I need to do them. Story based. But it'll kind of be spoiled by the fact that I know the story. Mind you, I did the Dead Space remake, and I loved the Dead Space remake. Dead Space 10 out of 10. Banging. GG's. Especially Resident Evil 4. That game is legendary. It is one of the greatest games of all time. Resident Evil 4. It's no denying. It's up there with Halo 3. Doom. Skyrim. Civilization 2. Battlefield 3. Where's the tissues? GG's. We're okay, chat. We're okay. We'll make it through. Listen, hang on a second. Let me do this. Yeah. Hi. and welcome to this week's Talkie Tuesday live stream. Look, you can see my head bending over while I do it. That was good. I should do it the other way next time. Let's cut that out. Bad Company 2 was the best. I liked Bad Company. Bad Company 2 first brought in Rush for the very first. It was amazing. But out of all the Battlefield games, and there's been a few, Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, that era was really good. I prefer Battlefield 3. So, Winters, worked on anything new this week? No. I put the 20 Demonettes together, but as you know, she wasn't here last week. So we spent most of the week sitting around in our pants playing Space Marine 2. And then I filmed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was out Friday night. So Brap came down. And me and Brap had a game, which is out for members, tier 3 channel members, tomorrow. And that's his Chaos Knights with Cultists versus the 13th. Brap has been banging on and on and on and on and on and on about fighting the 13th forever. So I finally put the 13th in front of him. And he complained. I don't know why. Something about the Minotaurs facing the 13th. Never said that. He said the 13th. So I put the 13th down. We played that game banging. And then me, him and Salt went out in the evening and got a little bit drunk. And then, so because she wasn't here, I was quite lazy. I needed to do some stuff today as well. But as you can hear, we're diseased. Anyway, so where are we? There was something I want to say. What was it? How are we doing, chat? Are you okay? Are you okay? I remember what it is now. Right, so I've done nothing all week apart from film some stuff and edit some stuff. I haven't done any hobbying. I didn't listen to any books or audio. It's like a week off of Warhammer when she wasn't around. Didn't do any of that. But I did buy some stuff. Because the plan to finish The Emperor's Children is still in effect. We're going to finish that. We're going to do the demons. We're going to get that done. Get it done. And then when we launch Hobbypocalypse in 2026, I'm going to get on it. And I need to decide my legion for Heresy for 2026 that I get on. And last week, you guys weren't that helpful. And then on Friday, Steve Not Rob was down, or was it Sunday? And of the list that I put on the live stream, he said, don't do any of them. Instead, I should do Blood Angels or Imperial Fists or White Scars, because they were all at Terra. And then I could do some Terra stuff. I pointed out that I've done some Terra stuff with Mechanicum or against Imperial Fists. And he said it wasn't good enough and I must try harder. So Hobby Apocalypse come in. Got to get the Emperor's Children stuff and all this demon stuff done by the end of the year. The clock is ticking, guys, for the new launch of the new Hobby Apocalypse and projects. So got to finish off those Emperor's Children. Surely the disease means he already what? I've got 10 Sternguard coming tomorrow. Nice. For your Dark Angels. Got to fire up the old 3D printer and make some hooded heads for them. Nice. Yeah, there's some really good Dark Angel skins in Space Marine 2. And they've all got the hoods. You got to wear a hood. If you're a Dark Angel and you're not wearing a hood, it probably means that you're fallen. Yeah. So that's the plan. And yeah. The other thing is, normally before I start a Talkie Tuesday live stream, I do sit down in the dark for a while. What? Yeah, winged helmets, hoods, yeah. I do sit down in the dark for a bit and think about what we need to talk about, chat. Okay? There is some forethought that goes into these. Like, we've got something, and normally there's a list. Like, let's get through these. This is the subjects that I want to share and chat about. Or there's a couple of topics that I want to discuss, or there is a specific release or a launch or a thing that I want to lock in and talk about. Normally I do that before every Talkie Tuesday live stream. Homework, so to speak. But this time, because I'm feeling a bit rough around the edges, I didn't do any of that. So I'm relying on you this evening, chat. You this evening for the content. Okay. Thanks for coming along to this Talky Tuesday live stream. And what do we want to talk about? Warhammer related as well. Not food. What are we talking about? I need some cause releases from Games Workshop as well. I mean, they've done everything now, right? That's the addition. There are no more codexes. Have they done all the codexes? Dark Eldar is out, or is out-ish. Is there? And then there's the Christmas release boxes. I think that's it. That's 10th done. So what are we talking about? What do you want to talk about? Over to you guys. Today I will explain why white chocolate is the best chocolate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain why it is. Are there any good Black Library Orc books? The what are they called? There's 3 by Mike Brooks, War Boss. There's a trilogy of books. If you put Orcs trilogy into Google, Warhammer 40k Orcs trilogy, you'll get 3 books, and the chat will tell you what they are. I've read them. They are good. They're good books. They're not 10 out of 10 books, but they're solid books. Anyway, Jackus Woods, you're doing the Horus Heresy. You don't read any of the Orc books. Lock in on the Horus Heresy, okay? You're doing Horus Rising. You've got to do Horus. You've got to do the first 4 books in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Once you've done Flight of the Eisenstein, we can talk about where else you want to go in your reading thing. But you've got to do Flight of the Eisenstein first. And I'll tell you this. Once you've done Flight of the Eisenstein, you'll be like, oh my God, I got to do more Horus Heresy. Because it's that good. And then you end up doing Fulgrim, number 5. And everyone's like, gets whiplash. Like, what the hell is this? This is completely different. This is, wow. Yeah. If you like Gaunt's Ghost, I recommend A Volpone Glory. Sounds like something from a male restroom. My Own Custom Guard, PDF Force, is my fave. I have some wacky love for them. Brutal Cunning, that's the one. Brutal Cunning, War Boss, and something else. There's 3 of them. They're all good. They're not... They're 7, 8 out of 10 books. There's some... If you love orcs, they're 10 out of 10 books. They're amazing. If you love Warhammer, they're good books. Damn, now I have the Milky Bar Kid running around in my head. 11th release box set, Space Marines, Orcs or Chaos. Orcs or Chaos. If I had to guess, and now there's a lot of chatter about Orcs. I can't remember the last time they did a release box when it's always Space Marines, when Chaos is on the box. They normally don't do that. And there's a couple of good reasons for that. One is because historically, Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines looked similar. Now, not so much, because a lot of the demon engines don't look similar at all. And a Chaos army now on the tabletop isn't just a Space Marine army with extra spiky bits. But that's what it was for a long time. I mean, even the Chaos Land Raider Chaos Rhino now is basically the same machine with extra spikes. So historically, they haven't done that. However, given the diversity of range between the Chaos faction and the Space Marine faction now, they could do Chaos. And as it's 40 years of 40k, and as the Yellow King, and as they haven't done Grey Knights yet, and as the Demon range, Grey Knights need updating, the Demon range, they could do a Chaos Space Marine box. They should do a Chaos Space Marine box. But they might do Orcs. It's nearly always Orcs, Tyranids, Necrons. Hasn't been Eldar for some time. 8th then had Death Guard. That's a good point. And before that was Chaos versus Dark Angels. Was it? I'm sorry. 8th had... There was a Dark Angels launch. Wasn't that 7th? I think it was 7th. I take back everything I just said. Chaos versus Space Marines happens all the time. When does it become Warhammer 50k? I'm not put off. We chatted about it before, chat. I won't put it past them to wake up the Emperor and do a new crusade with all the Primarchs. Or you don't even have to wake up the Emperor once all the Primarchs are back. A new Great Crusade. You know what I mean? And then rampaging over this. And a whole new game system. So you'll have Warhammer Horus Heresy, Warhammer 40k, and Warhammer the new Crusade or something. Greg, you're not on time. You're not on time. But thanks for joining in. You are here. You are here. How was the new Votan book? I'm considering that soon. I haven't read it. Chat, anyone read the new Votan book? Know anything about the new Votan book? High Blood Buffalo. Welcome to the chat. I'm sorry about Buffalo. They shut him down. I'm kind of becoming a Buffalo fan by proxy because of you. You know that? Because, I mean, I like them, but because I've supported them for like 40 or plus years. Okay? Life is pain, yeah. I've supported them for a very, very long time, but I'm more of a football fan. Like, I like all the football all the time. There's some teams that I definitely don't like, some teams that I definitely do like, and I hadn't thought about Buffalo before, and they're now on my watch list, like every week, like how Buffalo getting on, how's Josh doing, and yeah, he had a bit of a rough one, didn't he? I've got banged up a little bit, Big Josh, but I'm sorry that there was, yeah, but you're still looking strong. If they keep releasing 2-3 Primarchs per edition, it will hit they will get to the Khan. Hi, Brap. Why are you ill, you decrepit old man? Better not have given it to me. If you are not ill by now, Brap, then I didn't give it to you. And one of two things are either possible. Either one, you gave it to me, and that's why I'm diseased. Or two, we think that she gave it to me when she came back. Because she was in an air-compressed tube hurtling through the air. Very, very, very fast speed. And it's just disease chambers, airplanes. Strong northern genes blocking it. What? How strong? That's your genes are strong because you never wash them. They're really stiff. They're basically bulletproof. That's how strong your genes are. Just, you should go down to the river and wash your jeans once in a while. Welcome to the fandom. It's a factory of sadness. Look, that's just, I'm not a fan. They're on the radar. Easy now, Tiger. Easy now. See, that's the problem with being a fan of something. Only one person can win. You know, at the end of the day. So don't. I just enjoy it all. Warp, plague, orange juice and vitamin C will fix it all. One of us. Orange, yeah, I've got these little vitamin C pills, and I've had about 28 of them. Didn't do anything, but apparently they're the way. And then, yeah, we're good. We're a bit snotty. We're good, but I might be sick, but I've turned up to work. Factory of Sadness is reserved for the yes. Jackus Woods, you do like the American hand egg as well. That's incredible. And as a Raiders fan, my mate Grey Knight SEO is a Raiders fan. They've been doing okay-ish. You know, for Raiders. Normally they're terrible, but they've been doing okay. My family has the usual children back in school, season, sister, husband with COVID, mum got flu at the university, I got sick going to rehabilitate. So your whole family are just diseased, is it? Chesky, your whole family falling apart. Been sick as a dog for the last few weeks, says Sven Daxfist. Yeah, I mean, Sven, we're old. I mean, you're old. You're really, really old. Like, you and Sullivan Gilbert are so old. So incredibly old. It's amazing that you're still vertical and walking around. It's amazing. People normally get to your age and they're normally just horizontal all the time. But somehow you're still vertical. And so, you know, the fact that you are sick as a dog for the last. That's an improvement on where normally really, really old, smelly, a bit dusty. That's normally you, and that's normally your usual. But the fact that you're alive enough to be sick, you know. Cleveland got LeBron James and little Buffalo has never won a title in any sport, haven't they? Never won a title. They're doing it Detroit. I didn't know that. Never won a title in any sport. Neither has Swindon. Factory of Sadness was an alternative name for Seahawks Stadium, was it? My dad is safe because he moved to Livewoods after going into the pension. Good, okay. So you're all diseased apart from your dad. Have the Seahawks won a Super Bowl? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So old, I got the Beastie Boys references and you're like, yeah. Me and Jackus Woods, we dropped a Beastie Boys reference. Yeah, no, not me and Sullivan Gilbert dropped a Beastie Boys reference. No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Yeah, it's I often wonder when I'm like filming or editing, like this reference is going to be really old. There's no one who gets this, and then it always surprises me when some old fossil does. So yeah. Right, where are we? Water. I've had all the tea. Did I mention there's 65 of these in the world now? 4 more. 69 people in the Mug Club. 69, dude. 4 more. That's all we need to get to. Shout out Mug Club members. Fluid. Had these vitamin C pills and just chugging water and ice and things. I went for a walk earlier. Apparently you're supposed to like move your body, go for a walk. It was awful out there. It's grey. It's Swindon. Out there there's like sharks and tornadoes and car crashes and lightning strikes, and out there is danger. Did you know? In the real world there's people out there. You gotta, and some of these people, I can tell you, haven't lived in Swindon for some time, have like appendages, have bits coming off them where bits shouldn't be. It's awful. So I went for this walk and I was, you're walking around watching people, keeping a close eye on them, looking out for the kids because you never know what they're going to do. And it was just miserable. I don't understand how people can go for walks. I guess if you lived in a nice country or in a nice part of the country, or like, I don't know, somewhere really pretty, like somewhere really, really pretty, like a desert. Deserts are pretty. There's no one there. There's no sharks or tornadoes or hurricanes in the desert. It's nice yellow everywhere. Like dawn beneath the wall in the end and the death. Really pretty. I'd have hung out there for a few centuries. That would have been nice. But deserts are nice. Not challenging deserts at all. Probably live there, you know. If I had all the money in the world, I think I'd buy a desert. Put a castle in the middle of it. And a moat. Don't know where I'd get the water from. But you got to have a moat if you have a castle. And have a big sign at the front saying, "Stay off my lawn." Yeah, I'm getting old, aren't I? Swindon has gone gene stealer. Swindon is already gene stealer cult. I tell you what, if it rises, if the cult, if the, yeah, when the revolution starts, calling upon the star gods, it'll be in Swindon. The cult of the four-armed emperor is strong here. You need a dog to go walking. No. See, I'm a cat person. The good thing about cats is you don't have to walk them and they hate you. The bad thing about dogs is you have to go walking and they love you and they're all over you all the time and they make you feel good about yourself. And you can't have that. You can't. You can't have something that adores you for being you, because you're a horrible person. Barely put together. You can't have this reaffirming thing saying, "You're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome," because you're not. You need some work, okay? You need to go for walks and occasionally have a nice nap. Cats concern me. Cats are lovely. Cats are lovely. Okay? Cats do not give a shit about you. And occasionally they do, and then they want to sleep on you. And that's nice. That's nice. And every now and then when you stroke them, they'll tear your face off. That's the kind of reminder that we all need from time to time. You've got to be humble. You've got to be humble. You've got to know where your limits are. And cats definitely let you know where the limits are, particularly at 5 o'clock in the morning when they're hungry. Die like dogs. That is a Snatch reference. I got the reference. I got the reference. Get a bobcat for starters. You're a monster. What? Come to New Zealand. There are only 12 of us here. No catto. No, I'm reading up now. What's all this? Why don't you guys like cats? Cats are furry balls of fun. They're lovely. They're cute. Okay. Occasionally they let you stroke them 3 times. The mandatory 3 times. 1, 2, 3. The 4th time, your face. 3 times is enough. Never go for the belly. The belly is a trap. It's like a bear trap. Do not touch the belly. Okay? Dogs for the win. Screw dogs. Screw dogs. We're all flawed, horrible people. There's so much about us that need... Look, I need to lose about 3 stone. I need to read more. I need to walk more. I need to get out more, okay? There's all sorts of things. And a dog going, you're awesome. I'm not awesome. All right? I am not awesome. I would happily... I would do some... You ever had those things like you're driving along, right? And then a thought suddenly pops into your head like... What if I had a Death Star? Which... I could go dark. Which part of the... I'll refer to Bill Burr. Let's go to Bill Burr on this one. Cruise liners. Let's sink the cruise liners. Let's start there. Okay? Let's decrease the amount of people by a bit by working on cruise liners first. Because then it's all comers. It doesn't matter about who or what or where. Right? And then we get rid of all of that. We nuke them. We shoot them. We sink them. And then there's also lots of loot that you can find. And a secondary industry of like treasure diving for all the things. And then people on cruise liners. They're just floating buckets of disease, right? And you come off the cruise liner and then you spread it amongst the population and millions. After a cruise liner docks into like Southampton docks, about 5 million people die every year because of people from cruise liners. Start there. But let's face it, most people are assholes. And there could probably be a few less of them in the queue at Tesco. When you're waiting to bag up your stuff and there's like 5 in front of you, you're looking at one of them thinking, that arm is that a 6th finger? And that arm is not, that's like a poxwalker arm. That person could go. And then you're like at the next one thinking, that he's like 80. He's had a good innings. He could go. Like getting around town would be a lot easier if there was like 80% less people, wouldn't there? Basically, is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. Bring back COVID. Yes, you have turned to Nurgle. I am praising Grandfather Nurgle on. I might be a bit morose this stream. We might be a little bit under the weather, okay? But we're good. We're good. We're still here. That's that one done. I'm leaking from a left nostril. I need to clean the left nostril this time. Okay. Like when it just drips like that, and you're like cleaning it and it's still just like someone turned on a tap. It's like, where does that come from? Noses don't normally do that, do they? They don't just tap, drip. Where is that coming from? Like, I know which... I've got lots of holes. I know which one I pee from. And it's not my left nostril. So how is that humanly possible? Are there any doctors in the house? How do you knows? Why does it just suddenly decide to... Okay, Niagara. What's it going to go? Rapscallion Winters. My wife came into the room and saw the screen with you chatting shite. Thanks, Brap. She asked me how old you are and said you looked younger than your age. I've always thought your wife was a wonderful person. Never met her. I've always thought she had terrible taste, though. But she's a lovely person. And I am only 38. And I know I look young for my age. Did the camera pick that up? I'm old enough to lie about it. I wouldn't know. My nose hasn't worked since I started turning 30. Right, okay, dog allergies. The irony. See, dogs are bad. Dog's bad, I'm gay. Look at the smile. What? Did you get the numbers the wrong way around? What numbers? The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? What numbers? A Maine Coon would be lovely, by the way, all the way up there. I was like, I want a couple of Maine Coons when P90 passes. She won't let me. Because they're like pure breeds, and then when you look at the cost of Maine Coons, it's like there's abandoned kittens running around the shelters right now that need a home. She's like, we must save them. Don't get but Maine Coon is big. 38, 83, just noticed you have 111k subscribers, going full Bilbo. Dude, it's my 11th birthday. I have got 111, I've got 11th subscribers. Get a parrot, teach it Warhammer, a dead parrot. It's a dead parrot. It's not dead, it's dead. Great sketch. Yeah, so chat, normally... A lock in. Normally we lock in beforehand. We come up with a subject or topics, come up with something we need to talk. I need a topic. Okay? Chat. Lock in. I need to rant at something this evening, and I don't want to rant at you. I've already talked about killing off 80% of the population. Nobody clip that. We need a topic. Something to keep us engaged. I'm not. What biscuits should I get when I go to the shop? Jaffa cakes or hobnobs? The only two. Have you been playing Battlefield yet? No, because I'm dying. What do you think, like, the big winter reveal would be? I don't know. Any good? I haven't started playing it, Brap. I've been ill, and also I'm kind of I'm grinding Space Marine 2 right now. And what you know me, when I'm on a thing, I will stay only on that thing until it's done. And Space Marine 2's got me by the balls right now. So I'm in it. So I reckon a couple more weeks of Space Marine 2, then Battlefield. I'm not going to touch it. And also they'd have patched it and we'll get past the beta testing phase and it'll actually be pretty good. Miss Axefist Cat is quite friendly sometimes, but then she thinks he's a dog. Right, okay. Cats are better than dogs. It's a fact. Sorry if there's any dog people out there, but... You've got the wrong animal in your house. You need a cat. What Space Marine chapter should be in 11th edition box? Ultramarines. Atlas sending the solar system with the 4... Yes, 31 Atlas. It's only the third interstellar object found. They're flying through the galaxy, but now we have the super large array. What's that one called? They're going to pick up loads. Lies. Truth. That's why it hurts. The truth hurts. Cats are better than dogs. How many people will complain about the year of chaos on the next... Yeah. Is it? Yeah. People like to... If you are the Warhammers, you complain. If you don't complain, you're not the proper Warhammers. What should be in the 11th edition box? Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines. That's what I think. And why is it a brand new tactical squad? Interesting. 1 minute. Yeah. the year of chaos. Thank you, bless you. Right, 1 minute. Rapscallion's in the chat, and he brings up a good point about a tactical squad. Now, hear me on this one. We can rant about this for a while. Games Workshop have released some new Space Marine chisel. The Interceptors, the Grav Tanks, the Speeders, the Hellblasters. There's a bunch of new stuff that they've released. But at the same time, they've re-released and re-sculpted some of the classic kits. Terminators, Sternguard. They didn't get squatted. Instead, they got upscaled. They got the nice tree. Even the Company of Heroes, like a command squad, is a new version of the old chisel that they did for a while. It's good. So clearly there's some kits and some stuff that aren't going to get squatted. They're going to get updated. And then there's some brand new kits. And then there's some kits that they're just not going to touch and they're going to kill and we're never going to see again for a number of editions until they finally come back, like the Thunderfire Cannon and other things which are gone, which are going to come. The things that are gone will come back eventually in one form or the other. I reckon that there's certain kits that Games Workshop have made so much money on and are so popular that they can't really get rid of them. The best that they can do is upscale, reimagine, redesign. And Terminators are definitely one of them. People love Terminators. There are so many different Terminator kits out there across so many different factions. In Space Marine, and if you take into account Horus Heresy as well, there's many Terminator kits. And Dreadnoughts are another one. Like Dreadnoughts, so popular. So we're never really going to see the end of Terminators and Dreadnoughts. And I would argue that we're never really going to see the end of Rhinos, Land Raiders, and the Tactical Squad. Tactical Squad is popular. Good old-fashioned Tactical Marine. A lot of normal people, normies, also know like Tactical Marine. They couldn't tell you what an Intercessor is, but some random people will know what a Tactical Squad is. I think they played so many of the old Space Marine video games and things. 1 minute. Oh. Ah. So I don't think they should ever get rid of. I don't want them to ever get rid of the Land Raider and the Rhino, and they should keep all of those things. Maybe new sculpts, upscaled a little bit, up armored a little bit, but don't redesign them. They're so classic. They're so like when they redesigned the Box Naught to the new Naught. I kind of miss the old Box Naught. Maybe they should upscale Conticar Dreadnoughts as well. So we have Redemptor Dreadnoughts and upscale Conticar Dreadnoughts. I'm sure they'll do that. People love Dreadnoughts. We're going to get Ironclad Redemptor Dreadnoughts at some point. You better believe it. Because people love Dreadnoughts. So the Tactical Squad. Can you imagine a Tactical Squad that's been upscaled? And when they release it, comes with Missile Launcher Flamer. And then when they release it again in a bunch more years, it'll come with options. So you don't just have to take the Missile Launcher Flamer. That's what they should do. Tactical Squad is popular. You know what I mean? Upscale Box Dread would go hard. I know, right? Like just upscale it, tweak it a bit, because it's knees. It doesn't really work. Like the Redemptor's legs work. But the Box Naughts, even on Dawn of War, they walk a bit funny. Give it some proper knees. And then, it would look cool. I think they go back to the well of nostalgia. I think it's been enough time. Yeah, dude. Terminators sold. The new Terminators, when they came out, it was in the launch box and things. And then you couldn't get Terminators for a couple of months. They were gone. They're popular. Very popular. In Games Workshop renaming Eradicators as Devastators with melt. Yeah, dude, that's another thing. Like the Eradicators only have the melters, right? So imagine if Eradicators, they could rename them as Devastators and give them different versions of guns, or we could see Eradicators come out with different versions of guns. So like here's a plasma cannon Eradicator, here is a melter Eradicator. Mind you, wouldn't do the plasma cannon thing because Hellblasters. So, but you got the big plasma, like from Space Marine 2, or big las cannon things. Mind you, las cannon, your las fusils, you've got them on eliminators. So the las fusel eliminators, they have them. If you think about it, the Devastator kit has been split across 3 different kits. Plasma in Hellblasters, las fusils in eliminators, and multi-melters, and there isn't a missile launcher one yet. 4 out of, or a heavy bolt one. Heavy bolters could be on the jumpy dudes. They're basically bolt guns, assault bolters. Yeah, I kind of took that kit and spread it across different boxes. But I think there's space for the tacticals to return upscaled. Like we've seen Sternguard upscaled. A Vanguard box set will go hard with like Lightning Claws, Thunderhammer, sure. Vanguard set will go hard. Tactical Squad will go hard. I'm sure all this is coming. They like selling Space Marines. It's all going to be coming. Like, you know that White Scar dude on a jet bike? You just know jet bikes are coming for 40k, right? And when jet bikes come out for 40k, they'll be solo Ravenwing for a bit. And then a year later, then it'll be like White Scar. There'll be a White Scars detachment and you can take them in there. And then they'll be rolled out to everyone else. But, you know, jet bikes are definitely coming for Space Marines, which is cool because jet bikes are cool. The old bikes, I mean, Outriders are based on the old bikes, and the old bikes are basically based off of Judge Dredd, right, from back in the day, from back in the 80s. Yeah, the bikes still look pretty Judge Dreddy. Yeah. Sell them Firstborn kits again. Sell Firstborn. Yeah, sell them for the first time. Some people buying Firstborn kits, like, yeah, I got Firstborn. Everything's getting Primaris-fied. Everything's getting preferred. We do have missile launchers. Oh yeah, Desolation Marines. You're right. So you got the Nerf Gun Marine. Yes, the Devastator box. They broke out across 4 different. There's a bit of lore behind that as well, and the Dawn of Fire thing, and about Guilliman. Like, it's very Legion-esque. Like, all these guys have plasma. All these guys have this. All these guys have that. That's Legion-esque. Part of the reason why the weaponry got mixed together in the lore is because the tactical squads, combat squads, and because of the age and availability of the kits that they had. It's over time. There's less stuff. And the best stuff is the older stuff. Most suits of Terminator armor in the 41st millennium are precious relics from thousands and thousands of years ago. And to earn the Crux Terminatus, the right to actually bear Terminator armor, is something that would take you hundreds of years to do as a Space Marine. As far as I can tell, you got Titus. He's at least 250 years old with the 2 gold studs and the silver studs. I see no Crux Terminatus anywhere on his kit, so even he hasn't earned the right to wear Terminator plate. You don't have to be a member of the First Company you have to be a member of the First Company to be a Terminator, but you don't need to be a member of the First Company to have won the Crux Terminatus, like the Laurels of Victory, the right to bear. That's a whole other thing. Depending on the chapter, I'm of course thinking like Ultramarine Standard here. It'll be a bit different among different chapters. But what's that? You're a precious relic from thousands and thousands of years ago. Dear Brap, you're an arsehole. You're an arsehole, and I hate you. You're horrible. I don't even know. You diseased me. I'm putting this on you. You're a disease bringer. That's what you are. Disease bringer. From the north, which is basically like going back thousands and thousands of years ago. The north. Is there any even electricity up there? God, I'm ill. He will in Space Marine 3. Gilliman will give him a screen. Look, there should be a level up mission in... I feel a bit bad for calling Brap an arsehole now. I don't like... It's just, you've got to come back with something a bit more witty, haven't you? Just calling people names is childish. It made me feel bad. I'm sorry, Brap. He will in Space Marine 3. I think, I had this idea, about Space Marine 3. Wouldn't it be cool, at the end of the game, the last 20-25% of the game or something, that I was laughing, says Brap. Good. At least you were laughing. Could come back with something funny and witty and call him an arsehole. At least one person was laughing. Yeah. Wouldn't it be awesome at the end of the game, towards the end of the game, last third, last quarter, you get Titus gets Terminator upped. There's a mission at the end where you get logged in and you get teleported down onto Avarax or something, or wherever it's set, and then you've got the Stormbolter and one area. You're like, I'm a goddamn Terminator, and you're just destroying it, and all those bosses and all those things that you were struggling against right up to that point, suddenly you just walk through the next level and you're like, this is amazing. And then just when you think it's over, no, epilogue thing, gotta go and fight your way to the final boss, kill the final boss, but before you go, hey, this is going to be close quarters, so I hope you enjoyed the Terminator level with the Stormbolter and the Power Fist going ham. Here's a pair of lightning claws, go. And you're like, or a Thunderhammer Storm, and put that at the end of a Space Marine game. Suddenly, boom, boom, you play as a Terminator. Oh my Emperor, that would be amazing. That would be a nice little bit at the end. Almost as good as Calgar jumping off of the Thunderhawk with the two guns and the Victrix Honor Guard going, that bit, like when you hold the banner, and he comes and he cheers, like that's they know how to tell a story, put it that way. The Eternal Crusaders still don't know why they don't put Gravis with Cyclone missiles. Yeah, the whole Gravis range could have more stuff. This whole thing about Assault Inceptors and Gravis with Cyclone missile, like you've got Blade Guard, but they're toughness 4 with 3 wounds with a shield, right? There needs to be some kind of Gravis close combat badass thing. I'm sure that's coming as well. I'm sure they've thought about it, thinking, hey, 1 minute, we could do close combat Gravis stuff, toughness 6 with 3 wounds. Let's do that. Still annoyed at the Necron tease in Space Marine 2. Yeah. There's some, yeah. I mean, yeah. Would it have been nice if there was some Necrons in it at the end? Would it have been better? Yeah, it would have, yeah. But it's still cool. I heard a rumour that the Chaos faction you were meant to be facing in Space Marine 2 was the Word Bearers. But they were replaced last minute with Thousand Suns. I think Tzeentch, like if you think of like Secret Level Episode 5, No Fear, Tzeentch is a pretty safe Chaos God to go for in video games and in mass media stuff, right? Pretty safe. You can also do the Nurgle one, like Disease and Rot and Thingy Bob, and you can do that one as well. That's pretty safe too. Khorne Berserkers and World Eaters done right would probably scare the kids. Done right, I mean, like absolute rampaging with the butcher's nails coming out the back of their head. Yeah, and also done right, you should be in a world of shit going up against Titus and his squad, and suddenly there's Khorne Berserkers coming at you. You're like, we're in trouble now. So I don't think World Eaters and Khorne is a good one for, but Tzeentch is nice and safe, and you can do magic and bullshittery, and all of a sudden he's behind you, and it was Tzeentch all along, and haha, twirly mustache. You can do all that stuff, They're the magic boys. And Normie is like, oh, okay, all right, Space Wizards, Freaky Demon, Space Wizards, got it. Nurgle, Rot, Plague. But there's a lot of entrails and a lot of stuff that might scare parents with the Nurgly thing, because they don't get... And then, yeah, World Eaters and Khorne done well is basically as demonic and satanic, and it's like a Normie mum walks into the room and sees demons flying the kid, they'll be like, oh my god, and then don't even get me started on the booby one with the extra booby or only one booby. The booby one, you can't, that's not safe for general audiences in video games. There's certain... So I think they locked in on the Thousand Suns one because it's fairly safe. Twirly Space Wizards. Jackus Woods, thank you for your donation. Calling for the Loft God, thank you. Not like that. What bat rep do we have on Sunday? So tomorrow the Brap one's going up. Which Brap, I don't know, I said I would probably put it out on Sunday, but it's coming out tomorrow because I didn't get to do the Heresy one. Normally there'd be a Heresy one tomorrow. That's the Heresy gap. So Brap's going in that gap. And then Sunday... I think, thank you for your donation. GG's in the chat to Jackus Woods. Thank you so much. I think, what was the next one I did? My brain, yes, Aspect Host. There's a full Eldar Aspect Host with all the Phoenix Lords, Dark Angels Chris. I want to put it up on a Sunday release because I can't remember the last time I did a normal one on a Sunday where it was the cards. I might have done it last week or the week before, but if I feel like many of the Sunday battle reports recently actually haven't been the game, 2,000 points with primaries and secondaries and all that. So I did one with Grey Knights versus Craftworld Eldar, and it's really close. There's only a few points in it. And it looks pretty. I really like the look of the Aspect Hosts, all the Skittles colours of the rainbow. And I love playing Grey Knights because they're the SAS of the Space Marine world, aren't they? They're so cool. So a good, very close battle, classic. I think I need that up on a Sunday because there'll be a few people scrolling through the YouTubes like, does Winters ever actually play a normal game? Or does he just keep making shit up? I need to remind them that I played your regular 40k every now and then, and Rue has come in off the top rope with a steel chair and dropped 5 gifted memberships as well. Can we have a wave of GGs in the chat for Jackus Woods and Rue, please? Thank you so much for your kind donations. It really, really helps. Thank you. Squidsickles, love you, Winters. The Orcs Battle was all... Thank you, Squidsickles. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the Orc Battle Report. I enjoyed playing it. That was amazing. It was chaos. I couldn't really tell what was going on past turn 1. Space Marine 3 will be Necrons and Word Bearers. In time for Guilliman. Cinema. I could see it being Necrons, but with Zinchi stuff behind. Didn't the Chaos guy in Space Marine 2 actually get away? I know we defeat him, but he kind of the bad guy in it, the big bad. No, because he gets and gets pulled into the warp after the boss battle. But that doesn't mean he's dead. So what you could do in the Space Marine series is have, like Leandros. You've got to have that. An ongoing narrative between our hero character and a bad guy character would be nice. And Servo Skull has come in off the top row with a steel chair as well. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you. Thank you. It really helps. Thank you. It's amazing that you guys keep this train going. I'm very, very lucky to be here in sickness and in health, doing this for a living. Yeah. I keep waiting for it to end and I have to go back and get a real job. But it keeps not ending. This is amazing. I get to play games for a living. It's like, if I could tell my teenage self that this would be happening, it would have saved a lot of angst in between teenage self and now. But yeah, it's amazing. Thank you. I want to see Leandros fall to chaos. Dude, that would be cool. Twist at the end. Leandros falls to chaos. Oh, and Leandros will set up Titus as a traitor, but will fall... Yeah. Leandros joined the Word Bearers. Leandros could become the bad guy. I see what you're saying. So we had Leandros in number 1. You have Leandros in number 2. And then there's a little hint in number 3, and he finally slips over the edge, and he's the one who descends into chaos. That would be glorious. As Brap says, by the way, everyone with gifted memberships, get your sweet ass joined up to the Discord. It's an honorary welcome. Thank you, Service Girl. Yes, if you have been gifted a membership, then you've been gifted tier 2 memberships, and you can join the greatest Warhammer community in the world. And tier 2 unlocks the Discord. So jump in, the water's warm, very welcoming group of people, very active chat. I've met a lot of them at various events, and most of them have 3 arms. Some of them have the required number of arms, but most of them have 3 arms. Some of them 4, and pray to the many-armed emperor. But you've got to have 3 arms. That way you can eat dinner and scroll on your phone at the same time. You do know that kids in the future, right, when we're like growing our own arms and doing genetic stuff, you do know that like on their 4th birthday, 5th birthday, generations from now be like, son, what do you want for your 5th birthday? He's like, a 3rd arm. He's like, okay, I'll get you a 3rd arm. They'll be getting a 3rd arm like coming out of the forehead. If you had to have a 3rd arm, where would you have it grow from? Like a servo's arm out your head, under here. That would be awful. I mean, that seems like a good idea coming out from your armpit, but then this arm is going to be up like that all the time. You wouldn't be able to put it down anymore. Coming out of here, out the front could be okay, but I think probably the best place for a 3rd arm is out the side of your ear, like that. A strong arm, a baby arm, like out of there, holding the phone there, you know. Where's the best place for a 3rd arm to grow from? I would rather have wings. No 3rd arm. Okay, Sanguinius, where's the arm coming from? Right shoulder to have 2 right arms. Right shoulder? How though? Where? On my back to scratch. Dude, on your back. Coming down and you scratch your back. Oh. Infinite back scratcher. This topic is so close to going Slanesh. Dude, it's just a 3rd arm. Brap, it's just a 3rd arm. There are lots of things you can do with a 3rd arm, and what you do with your 3rd arm and you is up to you. Okay? Keep that between you and you. Don't come in here into the chat telling everyone what you would be doing with your 3rd arm. I just don't. Right? Keep it clean, YouTube friendly. Just where is the 3rd arm coming from? I know what I would be doing with the 3rd arm. And that would be scrolling through the phone. Or drinking, tea like that. Or pointing. You could be pointing at things. Walking down the street, pointing at things. And people are like, well, what's that guy pointing at? And it's your 3rd arm's going rogue, pointing at something. Always wanted a bigger... wife walked in and said, top of the head, might have... Right. Could you paint faster with 3... Could you paint faster with 3 arms? 2 arms. Could you paint faster? So you're holding it with that one, and that one's painting. Dude, you could paint faster with 3 arms, couldn't you? See? That's a healthy down-at-home thing that you could do with a 3rd arm. Paint faster. Well done. Well done. 3rd arm to move, boys. More, boys. See? Painting. Warhammer would be better with a 3rd arm. One arm is you painting away and the other one's got a cuppa. Keep hydrated. See? Safe. At home. With a 3rd arm. 2 edge highlights at once. Safe. Would take a lot of practice. It would. That's exactly what you need to be doing with a 3rd arm. No one's talking about wanking. Right. Okay. I think we got away with it. It's good. No one mentioned it. Well done for keeping it clean, chat. Oh my God. When I started this stream, it was really cold. I had the shirt on it. And at the end, I am dripping now. I am absolutely dripping. It's getting hot in here. Let's take off all our clothes. I am getting so hot. It's just... Brap, I hope you didn't disease me. Because then I would have to track you down and kill you. Because it's not... Like this morning, I was a bit sniffly. Like I said, I went for a walk. Why do people walk? Like, just go for... I mean, I understand to walk somewhere, to a job, to the supermarket, to hunt the caribou, but to just walk in a circle, that's madness. But I went for one of them. It was awful. And then as the days got on, I've felt more and more awful. But we will survive. We will crack on. Sometimes you're blessed by Nurgle. And pain is just weakness leaving the body, people. We just sweat it out. But I gotta go. 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. I gotta go lie down. This is the only live stream that presenting needs more moderation than the chat. What are you talking about? What? What? How do you think it was me out of the 3 people that visited you? No, well, I don't think it was you. No, I don't. Winters does go down these dark do I? I think I'm very sensible. I've rarely said anything inappropriate on a live stream. Professional. Where did Grandfather touch you? Show me on the Titan where Grandfather touched you. Show you. Please, can you tell Jarl Axfist to stop doing his homework and relax? Jarl! Alex! Stop it now. Stop it. You're being far too sensible for a teenager. Stop doing your homework. Go out there. There's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Go. Sven Daxfist, the greatest parent in the world. Yeah, it's a good job that I don't say anything inappropriate on these streams as well. I'm not telling teenagers to go and do drugs and things. We'll pretend Brap said that. Will there be a Hobby Apocalypse battle report next year? Highlight of the year for me. I hope so. I mean, I make this up as I go along. Assuming we're all here next year, and assuming that and he's gone. He's gone. Good. He's out there discovering sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Good. I feel like I did my part. Yes, yes. There should be big plan next year. Apparently, says Brap. So, okay, yes, there's going to be big plans for Hobby Apocalypse next year. Brap has plans. I have ideas. I'm an ideas guy. I have lots of ideas. I don't have plans. If you have a plan, then the only thing I plan, every now and then I plan some stuff. So when I know when I'm not following the plan. That's what I do. Mainly ideas. I can't even run an event without March of War doing all the serious stuff. Yeah, it's horrible, really, my brain. So yes, let's say yes, Hobby Apocalypse will be happening next year. Everything is fine here. How are you? Bat rep as standard, but Hobby Apocalypse itself will be bigger than usual. Will it? The last one took 12 hours. That took a long time. We didn't even, at the end of the Hobby Apocalypse this year, Brap, only me and you went to the pub. We killed the other ones. Normally at the end, there's a bunch of us down there drinking and having a great time. But we had an hour in the pub because it was that late. Well, we need a Hobby Apocalypse where we have fun making it too. And we always have fun making it. That's a lie. So it's always fun. But where it doesn't take 12 hours to film. where it takes like 8 hours to film, because normal battle report 5-6 hours, so 8 hours to film, so that there's drinking time at the end of it. I mean the community painting challenge. Oh yeah, Hobby Apocalypse, normal Hobby Apocalypse. We're going to be doing videos. We've done a video. Did we do a video? We did a video. Yes, the Hobby Apocalypse in the Discord, the painting challenge. Every year in the Discord, we do a painting challenge. Hobby Apocalypse it's called, where the community get together and pledge to paint 250 points a month, every month, for 6 months. So at the end of the process, they have 1,500 points of painted shizzle. And there's threads in there where people can share their progress, discuss their progress. And we used to do videos on it, and me and Brap are going to do videos on it again for 2026, where we share our picks and discuss some of the progress and some of our progress, and with you, with the community, because I want to get involved in Hobby Apocalypse. Brap is always involved in Hobby Apocalypse. Last time I got involved in the Hobby Apocalypse, I did Necrons, and I did a bit more than 1,500 points. I did about 10, because I'm like, not like Sultan at all, as in he can paint real, but if I'm project bound, I will. Anyway, so we're going to do the Hobby Apocalypse, and we're going to share, discuss, and promote mine, Brap's, and your progress in the Discord and on videos in 2026. I'm looking forward to it, actually. It's going to be fun. Brap made me get Gene Stealer Cult for next year's Hobby Apocalypse. Well done, Brap. He's an enabler, that man. Oh yeah, Wrath of Constantine, cheers. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe the stream. I can't, YouTube up there has all changed, like it's different, and it keeps coming up with error messages, so I'm not entirely sure that you'll hear half the time. And it used to tell me like likes, but it doesn't now. So I don't know. It was kind of distracting, all the things, and the fact that there's less up there because it's clearly broken, but something else it's clearly broken, but it's still happening. So up your end, it ain't broken, but down my end, it's really broken. And I'm kind of happy it's broken down my end because there's less going on. But up your end, same amount of stuff going on. So we're good. Nice, good, right. Achievement unlocked. We have reached the end of the live stream. I need to go and lie down. Thank you all for joining me on this week's Talky Tuesday live stream. I turned up this Tuesday like ill, without a topic, and you kept me entertained all the way through. You're awesome. No one said anything about wanking or drugs, so we're good. We keep it clean and YouTube friendly, so that's good too. I didn't die halfway through, which is good. And my voice is just holding out, which is good. And you guys kept me thoroughly entertained. But yeah, I need a Horlicks and I need a hot water bowl. And I need to lie down for a bit. And tomorrow I'm taking P90 to the vet. Which is just, it's not a good experience for the cat or me. That skin is and blood is involved. Sometimes he hates cars. He absolutely hates cars. He shit himself once on a trip to the vet. And twice he's peed himself on trips to the vets. He's terrified of the things. So it's going to be awful. For both the pussy is going to be, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for everyone involved. Not looking forward to that. Particularly if I am. I'm clearly worse this evening than I was this morning, so tomorrow it's just going to be really bad. But then you get over it, and then down the other side, and we're going to be good. And then when we come back next Tuesday, it'll all be fine. And I'll have a topic, and we'll talk about things like normal people do. Okay? Professional, appropriate, PG-13 content. So I'm glad we made it to the end without saying anything too bad or talking about killing off 80% of the population or anything. It's lovely. And I will do some Warhammer in the next week as well, maybe. I gotta go, guys. I'm falling apart. Thank you for joining me on this week's Talkie Tuesday live stream. Thank you for your continued support. Remember, we only need 4 more mugs to get 69 of these in the world. Chat among our members. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Another YouTube channel, not this one. Go and find a YouTube channel that you like and like, comment and subscribe on them. Okay, it is like manna from heaven for us YouTubers. Any YouTube channel that you watch kind of regularly and haven't subscribed to yet, subscribe to yet. Any YouTube channel that you have subscribed to and you never really liked or commented on a video, like or comment on one of the videos. Just give them a little boost on some other video out there. It's a good thing you can do, and it's free. It doesn't cost any money, just a little bit of time. And share the love, yo. And happy wargaming.